Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I'm certainly glad that you found yourself here. Today, short and sweet, I am going to share with you a very simple tool that you can use that will allow you to, one, get into the minds of the traders around the globe, in addition to leveraging that information for increased profits in your trades. So I'm going to share that with you. This is a tool, is very common, but I don't believe most traders are using it, or at least not using it in this way. So in addition to the simplicity trading system and all of the benefits that this system provides, we're going to add this little tool here that will help you to leverage the minds of your fellow traders, whether they're retail traders or position traders, whatever the case may be. Let's get some additional insight. So I'm going to share my screen with you to share with you this common website, right? Very common website, and how to leverage this particular tool. So bear with me one moment while we switch over to that site. Okay. Voila. Here we go. So this is Myfxbook, myfxbook.com. Certainly go and grab that, make it your favorite. And let's talk about some of the components in here that we can actually use to help give us additional insight, and of course help us to leverage this information so that we can increase our profitability in our trading. So once you're on the site, you want to go over to this tab, Community, and then go over to Outlook, and then of course you would have this screen that you're seeing right now. Now, what you're seeing is basically a division of traders that are looking to sell or looking to buy. These are traders who already have a pending order in for either a buy or a sell. Now, what we're going to do, and this is what I do to help just kind of help me to gauge the sentiment in the market, because see, that's an element that we want to consider as well, because honestly, the sentiment, how people feel, right, about the position, that's what sentiment is. The sentiment in the market moves the market, right? Whether they're right or wrong. If you have the masses of traders who believe that their particular pair is going to go short, then it's going to drive, right? It's going to drive volume. It's going to drive volume. That doesn't mean that they're correct, right? It just means that the masses or a certain percentage of traders believe that this is what the market is going to do. And that does have an effect on how the market moves. So you want to be aware of that. Now, here's another thing that you want to be aware of. Now, you know the old saying that, if you travel with the crowd, if you're traveling with the crowd, more than likely you're going the wrong way, right? I know that was an old saying for me coming up, and I adopt that saying. I totally believe that, right? If you're following the crowd, chances are you're going in the wrong direction. So you do have a divide here. You have the crowd, and then you have the elite. Now, in the trading world, we are used to hearing smart money, meaning that's the smaller of the group. Smart money, those are your position traders, and there could be some retail traders, but the bulk of your retail traders are not classified as the smart money traders, because they don't really understand the market and all of the components that causes the market to move. They just don't understand it the way that your big banks and your hedge funders and your government entities, certainly your market makers, not to that degree. And so most retail traders trade emotionally, and that will always skew your understanding and what you're actually seeing in the market. So interestingly enough, when you look at your gauge here, which tells you what the sentiment is overall, you can see the majority, right? You see the majority. Now, it's not to say that they're wrong. There are evidence, there is reason why You have, in this case, Euro USD, you have 68. Let me put my glasses on. You have 68, or is that 69? 69. You have 69% of traders that believe that Euro USD is going to go short. 69%, right? So that's pretty, that's a lot. And you have 31% that says, no, we're going long. So now what I do is, because I find it very interesting, what I do is I look at both, right? I look at both. Now, here's another benefit to having the simplicity trading system, because the simplicity trading system allows us to clearly see the parameters as it relates to market structure, allows us to really see what price is doing, right? What price is doing. And you can then determine, the mind of those 31% that say, Euro USD is going to go long over the 69% that says it's going to go short. Are they wrong? No, they're not. They're not. And I'm going to show you that as well. But they're not wrong, but there is a difference in how they see the market. There's a difference in how they see the market. And I'm going to break that down to you. So what you're looking at is the trend, of course, these bars here. And if you hover over like GU, for instance, GU, 67% of traders say it's going to be short, right? 33 says it's going to be long, right? And then the positions, you see the amount of positions that's taken for the short, and the volume, and the lot size, volume, and all of that, right? So it's interesting to see, like, why 67% feel that it's going to go short. See, that's what I look at when I'm doing a complete analysis and start really digging in. So let us go. Matter of fact, I'm going to take GU, for instance. Let's go to GU on our chart. Let's make sure that you can see the chart. Make sure you can see the chart. Okay, so GU, are we in GU? Yes, we're on GU. So remember, 67% said short. 67% said short. Now, I always start with my daily, right? And voila, the trend on the daily is bearish, okay? So that can be part of the reason why they are, looking at this short position. It does coincide with our system here, our indicator system here, that's telling us what the overall trend is. But we can't just look at that. We have to also look at what price is actually doing as well. Now, price currently is in a correction, right? Is in a correction from this trend here, this bearish trend. So that long position, hey, I'm sure that there are traders that are looking at taking a long position, are looking at this area as well. I'm sure that they have analyzed that price has gone down to a certain key level and it is starting to correct. I'm sure, that 33% that said is going long has looked at that, but I'm going to take it a step further. So that's the daily. Let's go a higher time frame. Let's go up to the weekly. What is the trend on the weekly? The trend on the weekly is bullish. That's the overall trend on the weekly. So could it be, my friend, that that small percentage of traders looking at the big picture, the higher the time frame, the stronger the structure, right? And the higher time frame trend holds stronger than the lower time frame trends. So keep that in mind. So could it be that the 33% that say we're going long because that's where the market is going, could it be that they're looking at the overall or the strongest trend for this particular pair? Could it be? One may say, right? So either or is not wrong at this point, right? I don't think at any point, as far as the trend is concerned, but the masses is in essence, trading a pullback. Let's go up a time frame higher. Let's go to the monthly. Now, the monthly, voila, the monthly is bullish. So on GU, the overall trend, right? The overall direction is bullish, and that is the strongest momentum that you're going to get on GU because the overall trend is bullish. So could it be that the 33%, the smaller of the group, right? They're looking at the area view, the overall view, which positions them for a much stronger position in this particular pair. So those are the differences as to, you know, the different traders, your hedge funders, your government, your brokers, right? Your market makers. They're looking at the big picture. Whereas, and we clearly see that from the daily, right at this point here, the daily is not the big picture. Yes, it's bearish. Yes, it coincides with the 67%. Yes, but it is not the big move. It's not the big move. It's the 33%. Now, can you still go short? Absolutely, you can go short. And of course, with the simplicity trading system, it makes it even more clear and safer. Of course, we have other rules as well, but it gives you that visual clarity that one can benefit from to see exactly what price is doing as it relates to the trend and as it relates to what price is currently doing right now. And based on your entry confirmations, and I really hope everyone has entry criteria before you enter a trade, right? So based on your entry confirmations, then you'll take that position. Me personally, I like to trade with whatever the trend is. Now, I trade off of the daily. I don't trade off of the weekly or the monthly, but I keep certain things in mind, right? But the daily is what I trade. And I understand that if I understand if I'm trading a correction on the daily, if my weekly and my monthly is the opposite trend. I understand that. I understand my parameters, what I'm looking at, and the system also keeps things nice and contained for you if you following the rules, right? It keeps things nice and contained for you so that you don't make a decision that will be contrary to the profit of your account. So everything is like right here, but I wanted to just add that piece so that you can start getting a gauge of what the overall sentiment is, and then come to your simplicity trading system so that you can kind of see why traders are saying this over that. And the smaller of the two, remember, in this case, neither one is wrong. Neither one is wrong, but the smaller of the two have a much stronger position for this particular pair, because they're trading with the overall view, and they have identified areas where they're going to have a continuation. See, right now we're in a correction. Now, anytime that you're trading against the trend, the continuation of the overall trend is typically a much more aggressive move, a much more stronger move. You're going to get a bigger bang for your buck when you are trading with the trend. That's just the short end of it. There's no question about that, right? And so those 33% of traders, they understand that, and they have identified those areas where the continuation will happen. Of course, they have rules and all of that kind of stuff too, right? So that is the reason why the smaller percentage have a greater advantage over the larger number. Don't you find that quite interesting? Hopefully you will begin using this tool here. Let's go back to it so that you can get a gauge as to what the overall sentiment is, basically how people feel about the position. That's what you're looking at, and that's what this tells you here, how people feel about the position. What about USD/JPY? Right now, 60% of traders, right? 60% of traders believe that USD/JPY is going short, is overall short, whereas the 40% believe that is long. Same thing. Now, currently, as you can see, 22% of the traders are currently trading. Those are active current trades. 22% of those traders are in USD/JPY. Now, the other numbers that you're seeing here, the positions, those are pending orders that you see. So 60% of traders have pending orders in for short, right? And 40 has pending orders in for long. Great insight as to how people feel overall. Well, let's go back to our special tool, which is the Simplicity Trading System. And by the way, if you do not have this system, guys, you need it. I'm unapologetic about it. It's just trading easy. It really, really is. And so I'll definitely leave a link for those that's interested. Go ahead on, access the link, get the system. You'll be a part of a massive community of traders who are around the globe who utilize the Simplicity Trading System, training, all the good stuff. But access the link, get the system, reach out to me. I'll get you plugged in with everything else, okay? All right, so let's go over to USDJPY. Let's go over to USDJPY. Let's go back to put you back on the chart with me. And we're going to do UJ. Where's UJ? Right here. Okay. I always start with the daily. I'm on the daily. So let's look. What is the trend, right? So remember, 60% are believing that it's going to be short. Okay, voila. On the daily, the overall trend on the daily is bullish. So the question may be, why do they think it's going to, be short, right? Now, they're not looking at necessarily going this far back. Some maybe are, but for the most part, most retail traders are looking at current price and what, happened recently, right? Recently. Remember, each one of these candles is a 24-hour trading period. So could it be, look, we have a nice bullish engulfing candle here. Could that have swayed some of those decisions that we've seen in that percentage? Could that have been the case? Let's take another look right here. We're in our demand zone area, right? Of course, inside is more ideal, but we're in that area right in here. Could it be that this was the reason why they saw, well, price is going to go up because it hit a key level of support? I mean, there are reasons why. They're not just arbitrarily saying that for the most part. But I want to break it down based on trend and what price is currently doing in relation to our Simplicity Trading System. So it's bullish on the daily. So let's go to the weekly and see what is it doing on the weekly. It's bullish on the weekly as well. It's bullish on the weekly as well, which is great, right? And let's see what it's doing on the monthly. On the monthly, it is bearish. On the monthly, it is bearish. So the bearish momentum was 60%, and the bullish momentum was 40%. I venture, I don't know for sure, most retail traders are not utilizing the monthly or the weekly and somewhat the daily, when they're trading. They're more intraday scalpers, and so they're looking at 4-hour and below for the most part, right? So that may be the case as long as you know what you're actually trading. So if we're bearish on the monthly, every time frame that shows a bullish trend is a pullback in essence. Remember, each candle represents that time frame. So each candle represents 1 month of trading, back and forth, buying and selling. So a lot is happening. If you're not a position trader, then I wouldn't be looking at the monthly either. You want to keep in mind, position traders, they hold their trades for months. They hold it for months, right? Because they know that it's going to reach a certain point based on their analysis, and they have the money to hold it, and they have the money to withstand the swings that take place before they hit their take profit. That is not your retail traders, right? So I know that retail traders are not looking at that. They're not looking at that at all. So let's go down to the 4-hour real quick. 4-hour is bullish. We got some bullish activity going on here, right? We have some bullish activity on the 15-minute. We have, a bearish move. So listen, what are they seeing? That's the question that you want to ask yourself. What are these traders seeing that you have 60% that wants to go short? 60% that want to go short. It's possible that they're looking at taking a short on the lower time frame, like the 15-minute, because price has reached a level of resistance, a key level of resistance, and it's due to what? Pull back. So the great thing about what we have is that we can look at our simplicity trading system, and it gives us that insight. Like, it gives that to us. We don't have to guess, right? We don't have to guess at it. And of course, if you're really good at analyzing the chart, then great, you can identify that. Most retail traders are not, which is why it makes having the simplicity trading system so valuable. So we do see on the 15-minute for USD JPY that it is bearish. Now remember, on, let's see what it is on the hour. It's bearish on the hour. So on the 4-hour is bullish, right? The daily, we already know it was bullish. Oops. We already know it was bullish on the daily as well. So on the hour, what do we have? What are we really trading here? We're trading what? We're trading a pullback from the two higher previous time frame. But here's the thing. Look at the big picture, even though you're not trading the monthly, but use the information. Really, this is actually a continuation, because the monthly is in an overall bearish trend. But because it's a monthly, it will take you at least a month. And nobody's trying to stay in a trade for a month, right? But it will take you at least a month before you have your continuation, your aggressive move, So right here, what we're looking at is a pullback from the daily down. But overall, this is really a continuation, okay? Now, because it's a 15-minute, this continuation basically can run you down to at least here, because we know we're going back into the zone, right? That's on the hour. That's like 188 pips on the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, right? Definitely characteristic of a continuation move, which this actually is from the monthly, right? So you just got to know what you're working with and where you are in the market. Never get lost. That's the key. Never get lost. But hopefully this tool will be of some help to you, to help you to just get a better gauge as to what's going on. If nothing else, it definitely is a complement to the trading system that we currently have. Use it in tandem so that you can increase your chances of profiting in the market. So hopefully that has been some help to you. Use it. That'll be a great thing. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.